We couldn't talk in church. We couldn't talk and play with Bible and play with thing. And we couldn't be sitting down. We sitting down here and mommy over. So you're crazy. Mommy used to sit down and either she sit down on the bench with us. And when we get older, she starts sitting down in the back. And when you see we started thing, yeah.
So in the book of Isaiah, chapter 46 and verse 4, it reads, "And even to your old age I am he, and even to hoar hairs," that's the gray hair, "will I carry you. I have made, and I will bear. Even I will carry and will deliver you." So this is a promise for those of senior years, where God is saying, I have made you, I have carried you, and I will deliver you. So brother and sister Campbell, you have reached an age, a golden age, where God has been with you, he has protected you, he has kept you, and he's also promising you that he will be there to deliver you. I've been with you, and he's continuing to be there for you all the days of your life. He also said, I will be here. Right? Why? Because he has made you. He has made all of us. So this is a promise that God has for us that are going down in age, like myself and Sister White, right? And every one of you, and Israel, yes. Because when you are asked your age, what do you say?
It doesn't say I'm 10 years young, it doesn't say I'm 10 years old.
Right. So each day we are getting older. And as we are growing older, God is promising that he will be there for us. Right? And even when our hair, the whole hair means the gray hair. When our hairs are getting gray. Yes, mine's, yes. Mine's too. Only a little dye hiding. Right? Yes. God is promising that he will be there for you. He will be there for all of us. So no need to worry. And sometimes and thank God you all are able to help yourself, because I take care of the elderly. And I have been to many homes where the elderly, younger than you, cannot take care of themselves. Right? They need a helping hand. So you see where God's promises, you are living God's promises, because you are able to take care of yourself at your age, at your golden age. And it is indeed a blessing, because we have seen the younger ones falling, right? And leaving the ripe ones. Am I saying it correct?
Yeah, the green line
Right,
falling off the
right.
tree.
And leaving the ripe ones. So we ought to thank God. We thank God for your lives. We thank God that he has kept you, and we thank him also for the promises that he has given to us and for the elderly today. Right? So I don't know if anyone else would like to see Brother Elias, Sister White.
At that time she was in Karen, she had a program, and a lady come up to her and say, hey, you remember me? Remember me? And mommy says she watching the woman, but she can't, because she goes going so many places and she can't remember everybody. And the lady had to tell her she used to give her Bible studies in Nile Street. But mommy and them end up stop giving up because the husband started get on when he see the lady like she was kind of getting into the word and showing interest. He started getting on about, no Christian in the house, and if she become a Christian, she got to leave there and you go be she and blah 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 blah. So then mommy and them decide to stop going by the lady and giving her Bible study. Roll down some years, many years later, the lady will come up and tell mommy that she, through the Bible study mommy and them was giving her, she ended up reading her Bible when the husband at home. When he go out to work, she will be home and reading she Bible and praying and asking God and so on, continuing from the lessons they give her. And through that, she ended up being baptized and it was a prominent member in the Carolina Church. So my mother life was witnessing Bible study. You see, she Jesus, you could come high, you could come low, you come wide. She get rid of my stepfather. Chase him away because he didn't want to accept Jesus. So she put him away and never had nobody else and stay with her Jesus. Now I watch at my mother and now she's old and now she get Alzheimer's. Well, I hope that Alzheimer's is not for all the children because I denounce that in the name of Jesus. I don't want that. Skip me. Whoever other sister it want to go to, but skip me. Right. Right. So no, I would say, you know why I would say it, hereditary? My great grandmother, Titi was that same way. Then my mother, my grandmother, which we just call mother, she is that way. My mother that way, my mother last, my grandmother had 9 children. Only 7 boys die, and it's only mommy and her sister. Her sister is 99 years now in Grenada. And she's that way. She was that way some years now. And she that same way. So mommy that be crying in the evening, want the children and them and just go. Same thing, same thing. So I don't know if it just coincidence that it come from great grandmother, grandmother down to them or if it's so. But anyway, I didn't sit in the name of Jesus. So I'm watching her now. And despite how mommy may have the awesome and she has be talking some kind of thing, sometimes I don't hold my head because some real off thing she does talk. But one thing, one thing, she learned go to Jesus. That woman hold on, she even in her mind that is not right. She know one thing she know is that she's not letting go of Jesus. One thing she know she's serving Jesus. She have the sense to know that. She might not sense to know why she daughter. Got to know she don't know why she daughter. Yeah, and my name is not Marva. For all these 58 years I living on this earth, I thought my name was Marva. Only to discover now that my name is not Marva. So I yet to find out what is my name. So she say my name is not Marva, right? So she don't know she had children and all this kind of stuff. She don't know all them things, but one thing she know is that she's not letting go of her Jesus. One thing she knows is when I sleeping on that bed to get up, come let me go and talk to Jesus. That's what she does say in the morning. Sometimes I ain't really, I ain't ready to talk to Jesus yet now. Up want some more sleep. Come and talk to Jesus. Jesus waiting. Come and talk to Jesus. I have to get up and worship. You understand? She don't play that. And I am saying the reason why mommy could be so no is because how she was back then. I know it have people who get old and get Alzheimer's and just curse. Sister Charles? Just curse and get on bad. Real bad, rude, so kind of thing. Real terrible and embarrassing. You know why? It's because of how they was when they was young, how they grew up. Because this once a man, twice a child, it's serious like a heart attack. That that once a man, twice that she come back to the child stage now. And so, however she was when she was younger, that is how she was. So how she hold on to her Jesus when she was younger, the same way she hold on to her Jesus now. And that tell me, Marva, if I want to be like that when I get older, little older, because I done reaching there, then I had to be that way. I had to be that way because that's how I go be then. So I say all of that to tell you all, if the life all you live is not a life in Christ, if the world permits and all you get old, that is the same way all you will be when all you get older. And that will be so sad. So I'm saying, but careful of the life all you live now, because it have a way to come back. Your true self will show up when you get there. So my admonition to all is, this Sabbath school, don't take the Sabbath school lightly. I mean, I tell all of that already. I remember going Sabbath school in the hospital. And you know, it had a poem I tell all you, where I learned when I was 5 years old. So I'm 53 years now. I heard this poem. And I still remember a piece of the poem. I wonder if Sister Sheldon and Sister Campbell are there. Ever hear the poem with Jesus healing the little children? He's healing the little children at a touch of your fingers, you say. Do not bother me, Nathan, for I can carry the children for the Lord to look upon. Master looked at his children and shook his head and smiled and said, what a daunting mother could think of a thing so wild. And I search, I say, Lord, I wonder so much years this thing. And I search on the internet and I find the poem. Yes, so I'm going back and all you have to learn that poem. I learned that when I was 5 years, and I remember 2 verses in it now. If I could have that in my head for 53 years old, you better know you have to learn that poem. So I have it snap on my phone here. So we will be learning that poem. And when I go through life and I see things, I could draw on things that I remember in church. Are things that I remember when I was small in church. I see in these people in church, and we used to be strict. We couldn't talk in church. We couldn't talk and play with Bible and play with things. And we couldn't be sitting down. We sitting down here and mommy over. So you're crazy. Mommy used to sit down and either she sit down on the bench with us. And when we get older, she starts sitting down in the back. And when you see we started thing, yeah, you know, man. And here now, when you look wrong, she does do it so. Oh God. Then they reach home. Oh God. When I see that finger come out, and you're sleeping in church, you can sleep when you go down so and you go down so and you sleep. You just feel one chuck from below the bench there so. And you had to turn around and watch her and she face just watching you. So when she get that face, so you know it's to come back straight and you have to listen. And when we reach home, what was the song sing? What was the text? What the man preached? Who preached? What was the sermon was about? So you better be listening. And if you're in no, my mother was a beating specialist. I think she's the grandmaster of beating. Yeah. I need beating you with everything. I get like with everything you can think about. Belt, spoon, stick, guava stick. I had a special guava stick with my name because I was miserable. And I had a special stick she make for me. You reach home late for school, is from school is like. So I used to go to Martin Junior set. And school is over is 12:15. 12:15 school is open. I had to reach home before 12:30. I had to fight with them children to get in the bus, the first bus. If I miss that bus, I don't know, God, I coming up the road and I say, oh gosh, big sin my skin. So I had to fight to get in that first bus. And when you see that bus drop by the walkover, speed, I couldn't walk. It's speed because here I had to reach home. Imagine she gave me 15 minutes to come from the Martin to Cocorito. No? And I had to run. I get a name. If you go up home now and ask anybody about me, they will tell you about as a running girl. I used to run so much that when I get a big woman and I go into work, I run in, don't get in my shoes. I go into church and I run in. The running thing so much in me that I run in when I don't have no cause to run. You understand? So what I'm telling all you, saying all of that to tell all you, do not take the spiritual life for granted. It will come back. It had a time in my life. I was first, you see, I call brother Glass. I was home for years. I still, he talking about that, how much years I still. I finished school and I do a shame like that because I was real shame. Shame. When people come, I used to go and hide in the bedroom. And I just used to be writing poems and writing songs. Writing poems and listening to Kenny Rogers and them country western songs on the radio. And I have a little radio and I play that. And only writing songs, writing poem, writing song, writing poem in the bedroom. Afraid from the time I hear somebody come, I run in the bedroom. Afraid people. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to talk. I don't know what to talk. So my thing was to hide in the bedroom. So people didn't know all the other sisters and people didn't know me. And when church over, when I get big and church over, I have a special seat I used to sit down. So if you look in that seat and you ain't see me, I ain't come to church. And from the time they say the benediction and church over, are gone. Afraid people. But what's saying is, all young, you see my young, all I call you so, that was the most impressive time in my, things that I remember, text I remember, things I remember is from that age. Because you remember, the Catholic have a saying, give me the first 7 years of a child and I will show you who they will become. You see that 0 to 7 years is a crucial year. When you get it in that year, boy, problems. Them years them is a real precious years. That don't mean to say when you reach now, it's not precious, right? So I saying, I really, when I sing, I want to see, and I call all your name in that land. Mean, I just sing, I don't know, I just sing that song just because it's a nice song with a nice beat. I really want to see all in that land. You know how it could be when I look at me and see Malachi, and I look at me and see Malaya, I ain't see Esther, I ain't see Amelia, I ain't seen Angel, I ain't seen Jonathan, I ain't seen Judah, I ain't seen Hadassah, I ain't seen Same Face, I ain't seen Zara, I ain't seen, what's his name again? The Sean boy, after seeing that land boy, I ain't seen a kid, help me, Kayla, Israel, sister Ashaya, Israel, sister Charles, brother Elias, sister Campbell, and brother Campbell, my good friend in the back there, bass voice, Nathan. I want to see all. Is that Nathan his name? Right. I want to see all in that land. But to get to that land, we have to go through this land here before we get to that land. And we have to hold on to Jesus. We have to come in a time in all your life. This world is a wicked, evil, cruel, wicked road. Nobody do like nobody. You're not safe inside of your house. You're not safe outside of your house. You're not safe in the taxi. You're not safe walking on the road. You're not safe in the grocery. You're not safe in the store. You're not safe in church. You're not safe nowhere. Because Satan know his time is short, but we just feel the time long. The same way Satan, the time is short for Satan, the time is short for us too. So I beg you all you, please, please, I beg you all you boy, to stay close to serious, to get serious with Jesus. Don't take your spiritual life for granted. Because coming a time when all we all learn here, all you got to draw on it. All what you learn in church, all you learn home, all you have to draw on it, and that will give all you the strength. I tell you, when I was home and I wanted home and nothing happening to me, and I feel like I wanted to commit suicide, I almost reached the point to do it. But then I sit down and I study. I say, Marva, you take a life because you're working. But when you get weary, when I home and I take my mother take me, she said, go St. Vincent. When she see her home and I'm frustrated, she tell me go St. Vincent. When I home and I frustrated, she bought ticket again and she tell me go Grenada and cool out and come back. And then I say, but Marva, your mother she's still making an effort to send you somewhere. And I mean, all this time you go to church now, you want to take your life for what? For what? And then I study all the things that I learn in church and how Jesus, that's if Jesus died for me, why I must take my life and you already died for me. You understand? So I draw from what I knew, and that is why I was able to put aside our suicide thoughts and to hold on to Jesus. What you have in your foundation, a house have to have a good foundation for it to start. If you don't have a good foundation, you don't have a good house. Because when the winds and the rain and the storm and the hurricane come, down goes your house. And if your spiritual life, if you don't have a good foundation in your spiritual life, when you start to build and you start to go up, when you start to get older, it will crumble because your foundation was not solid. So I'm asking all you, please, 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 all of us, not only the children, all of us, let us make sure that we build on a solid foundation. And that foundation is Jesus. The same way every day, all you just make sure and eat. Make sure and eat the word of God every day. Same way all you just drink. Make sure and drink every, or they don't, I sure they don't pass without something to go in all your mouth. Even if it's 4 salt biscuit. Something does go in all your mouth when the day comes. Put the word. Put in the word every day. Same all you pay in the physical food, put in the spiritual food every day. When all you grow, as all you grow, that same word will all you'll be able to draw. see Judah in that land. He will be pulling mommy out. We want to see Judah in that we want to see Malachi in that land. He will be holding daddy. We want to see Malachi in that land. Oh, there is joy in that land. There is peace in that land. We want to see Malachi in that land. We want to see Hadassah in that land. She will be holding daddy. We want to see Hadassah in that land by and by. Oh, there is joy in that land, there is peace in that land. We want to see Hadassah in that land by and by. We want to see Sarah in that land. She will be pulling our mommy. We want to see Sarah by and by. Oh, there is joy in that land, there is peace. We want to see Zari in that land by and by. We want to see Kayla in that land. She will be pulling all the sisters, and we want to see Kayla in that land by and by. Yes, man. Oh, there is joy, there is peace. We want to see Kayla in that land by and by. We want to see Israel in that land. He will be holding his right hand. We want to see Israel in that land by and by. Oh, there is joy in that land. There is peace in that land. We want to see Israel in that land by and by. We want to see Shaya in that land. She will be holding our brother. And we want to see Shaya in that land by and by. Oh, there is joy in that land. There is peace in it. We want to see Shaya in that land by and by. We want to see that land. She will be holding our brother. We want to see in that land by and by. Oh, there is joy in that land. There is peace. We want to definitely in that land by and by. We want to see Nana in that land. She will be Nana in that land by and by. Oh, there is joy in that land. There is peace. We want to see Temple in that land by and by. We want to see the lions in that land. He will be holding our land. We want to see the lions in that land by and by. Oh, there is joy. There is peace. We want to see the lions in that land by and by. We want to see the lions in that land. She will be holding sorry, what's the name? In that land by and by. Oh, there is joy. There is peace. I want to see myself in that land by and by. We want to see everybody in that land. We will be holding Jesus' hand.